hit that next target. Not to mention Chico's Incorporated, a company of the consumer cyclical sector and apparel stores here off the daily interval, would offer objective short trade entry off a break of this minor uptrend line here, coinciding with massive divergent high, negative end, or bearish divergences constructed on all three indicators. Dollar cost average, get the hell out of your longs and rush for the exits. And that was good for trading around 612 spot price right when I issued the sell signal. And thus far, that has been good for a 18.2% crash, especially if you're an active and or day trader. I had mentioned that we would have a typical reactionary right off that $5 price support, coinciding with this primary and secondary hidden uptrend lines. Especially if you're a day trader, you could have taken this quick. And I had mentioned in my previous video that there was more than likely we'd have some sort of reaction and in one single day that gain you close to, call it almost 3%, 2.8%, almost a 3% pop. Don't have to tell you how much 1% can put in your pocket off a day trade there. And here we are. We have right off these, we have these mythical, extraordinary, dual hidden, primary and hidden trend lines off the COVID flash crash, reactionary highs and lows. And if you've been following my channel for quite some time, it is now common knowledge that in some of these hidden trend lines we've caught by the eye, the moves and momentum and the paradigm trend shifts have been nothing short of being exceedingly high powered. Again, I am not in the business of what the human eye perceives, but that of algorithmic computer perception. My examples in my previous videos were ticker symbols, MSTR, AMC, and Bitcoin, especially in MicroStrategy. Just an insane amount of reactionary highs and lows. And I'll give you that example here off of Mr. where we had this massive, right off the daily interval, hidden primary uptrend line with just multiple reactionary highs and lows, cutting all the way through, right through, and it just gained you so many trade opportunities out there. We had a 1, 2, 3 reactionary lows. We had a reactionary high there, reactionary high, another reactionary high here. We broke out of that primary hidden trend line, ended up rallying about 233%, came back down, came back to retest, which gained you another 70% pop there off the daily interval, and exactly where we shorted it on a solid candle break below MicroStrategy here. And that's when I issued a sell signal, and we flash crashed and never looked back. Came to hit my 135.70 price support to the button, and again, that gained you about a good 50-60% in the pop. And really what was so significant, we came back, started to build up some sort of uptrend line here, had this minor uptrend line, and to the button, especially if you've been following my channel, following my key primary levels, providing you an objective short trade entry, set some stops up above anything past 394, and that was met with a wave of selling that has to this day not looked back. And cracked that, put in a beautiful head and shoulder looking top here, and we snapped that. That's another sell signal, came down, and again had this little counter trend rally, hit my resistance 214.69 to the button here, and looks like we've had a daily solid close below that key 180.90 price support there. So again, just an example, one of many examples of how some of these primary, secondary, and hidden trend lines react in extreme volatile directions in either move here. And this was just as clean as you could get. A solid candle break below that $5.05 price support, coinciding with these primary and secondary hidden trend lines, could potentially put in a massive move when we have volume at price indication around this key $5 range, which will be just a strong wave of selling when we have a complete drop off in at price volume indication in a low thin profile zone right below that, especially that $4.42 price support there. And again, I've added this, especially if you're still in that trade, I've added a key next target, $4.77. Pretty decent support there. I would suspect some sort of potential reaction there, and a breakdown off these primary hidden trend lines if we don't start flash crashing I would suspect a potential counter trend and or snapback rally, providing an additional objective entry short trade, if not add-on dollar cost average to your short trade setup, right at that key $5.05 range, gunning for $4.42 for 10.9% crash. And if we snap that, that's your big level there, in my opinion, before a majority of rush down to the exits.